What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Raging Atheist, and I have a special surprise for you. I was planning on going at Shock of God this week, but then I looked back at my old videos and I saw that one of the first videos I made on this channel is kind of blowing up. It's my most watched videos on this channel so far. It is the Raging Atheist versus Girl Defined, and yeah, I'm getting a lot of hate. I'm getting a lot of hate from that video, and I think my message was fairly positive. I had fun with them, and guess what? I'm gonna have fun with them again. So, without further ado, let's once again meet the girls from Girls Defined.
Hey, it's Kristen and Bethany here with Girl Defined Ministries, and in today's vlog, we're actually going to be doing a Q&A. We're going to be answering your questions about infatuation, modesty, and the future.
And that's Kristen and Bethany. Now, these are two chicks, early 30s, that talk like they're teenagers and they're boy obsessive, and that's pretty much all they talk about is boys, how to date boys, how to date boys and still be Christ-like. It's hilarious to me, and the hate that I got was like I'm attacking them, and I'm like, no, I'm not attacking them. I'm having fun with them. But what they're saying is dangerous. They're reaching out and trying to expand their cult to these confused young women trying to find their way in this crazy world. That's dangerous to me, and I'm gonna call these girls out every chance I get. Not only because they're hilarious, but because I enjoy calling out religion. It's what I do. You know, you guys can be mad about it, but religion portrays us atheists as evil, demonic creatures. If you look at the polls, people are less likely to vote for atheists than any other demographic in the country. And that comes from millennia of demonization of atheists and agnostics who refuse to follow the stories of primitive peoples and demand to ask questions and to have proof. So I'm not going to feel bad about it at all. And to portray me as some kind of bully, well, look at yourselves. Because if you can put this shit out there, I can talk about it.
We know that you all send so many questions, and we wish we could answer all of them. We love them.
So here they're just straight out lying to you. I mean, they're lying, and I thought that was against their religion. They're saying that they like and love every single question they've ever gotten. This is the internet. This is the era of the troll in the internet. The first comment I ever got on my YouTube page, it was a troll saying that I look like an emaciated meth head. So I am sure that these two lovely, beautiful women have gotten some pretty serious trolls. Pretty serious. Like, I'm talking horse sex analogy questions. You love those questions? No, I'm sure you don't.
Question number 1. How can I remain faithful to God in the late high school and college years when I don't know what my future holds? So I have to be careful and intentional with my choices and my decisions at this current season of life. So I would really encourage you to do things that are going to help you to trust in God and to remain faithful to Him right now. So get involved with your church, get involved with a small group, have a daily quiet time, find a wise older mentor and counselor. And although you don't know what the future holds, those things will really help you set yourself up to honor God as you move forward into the future.
I'll be your old, wiser mentor. Does the job require that we have to be clothed? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. These women are speaking to young, impressionable girls still. Women in their teenagers, and they're trying to speak like them. And not only, I mean, they're talking to a lot of people that are already brainwashed by this cult. So these people are susceptible to this, and they're telling them to go seek older, wiser people in this day and age, in this religion that's so known for its pedophilia across all denominations. this is exactly why I'm going at these chicks the way that I am.
How can I avoid getting too infatuated with a guy?
Oh,
I oftentimes put him on a pedestal and become so obsessed that I spend less time with God. I know attraction is normal, but how can I avoid becoming obsessed? Girlfriend, this is something that we had faced in the past and maybe still should.
You girls obsessed? I can't see that. I can't see you girls being obsessed about anybody. Not you girls.
Future success. Because you were doing it all in one breath.
Not Bethany. Bethany, no. Bethany wouldn't be obsessed. Maybe if you girls spent less time obsessing about dudes that stand a good statistical odds of beating your ass to please their God, and if you spent less time trying to please some figure that's not there, and spent more times building yourselves up into stronger women, you wouldn't need to obsess so much about finding a God-fearing, strong man to lead you through this life. But maybe I'm mistaken about that. I don't know.
So this is a great question because becoming obsessed, being attracted to a guy is normal. That's okay. God designed us to be attracted. But when we become obsessed, here's what's happening. And this is what's been true in our lives. Is that we are taking that guy. He is becoming the most important thing in our lives. We're spending all of our time thinking about him, analyzing, imagining, fantasizing about the future. Yeah. And basically what we're doing, believe it or not, is we're meditating on this guy and thoughts about him. So to fix that, what we need to do is instead take our thoughts captive and meditate on God's word.
Instead of meditate on God's word, how about you actually read it? Maybe if you did that, you'd realize that it's all shit and the entire book is spent demonizing women as lesser than men. Maybe you wouldn't be seeking a man or obsessing about men if you didn't think that they were better than you. You know, I wouldn't describe infatuation as like that. I don't think I obsess over anybody. Maybe I'm just a different breed. Maybe you're just two obsessive personalities. But if I'm infatuated with somebody, yeah, they're important. But they're not everything. They're not all I think about. I think about other stuff. Maybe you guys need to look at yourselves, and maybe this is all a charade. Maybe this is fake. Maybe you don't really talk like that. Maybe you don't really act like that. But I'm not going to pretend to know. What I do know is that this narrative that you're trying to put forward is dangerous, and it's fake. Meditate on God's word? What does that even mean? How about you read some Tolstoy? How about you read some Shakespeare? Maybe watch a good movie that would move your soul to think outside of the box. Instead of obsessing about dudes that aren't obsessing about you.
How can I let go of a guy after I've already ended the relationship? That's really hard to do. You've ended the relationship. You know it's the right thing to do to move on, but it's hard because you're thinking back to him, thoughts of him. I've been there myself, so I know exactly what that is like.
What I usually do to get over a girl is stalk her relentlessly until she sees the error of her ways and comes back to me to be my little sex slave. That seems to work for me.
So I would just really encourage you, like Kristen said, to take your thoughts captive, meditate on Christ, fill your mind with that, and then also serve others. Get outside of yourself, get your mind on something else. So get it off of your own self, your own problems, the guy that you were with.
This whole notion of meditating on Christ is ludicrous to me. Let's just take it from the standpoint that Christ existed, that the story is true, that this man was born to a virgin mother because he's the Son of God. He is God in the flesh. And when he died, he came back and he promised his followers that he's going to ascend to heaven. But don't worry, I'm going to come back and I'm going to save you all from damnation. That was 2,000 years ago. He ain't came back. He didn't save his followers from damnation. Peter was crucified upside down. And I don't know if you know anything about crucifixion, but that is actually the most horrible way to die. Upside down crucifixion is horrible, what they did to Peter. And most of his followers and his apostles were crucified or died horribly. Jesus didn't come back to save them. So this whole notion that you're meditating on Christ ain't meditating on you, yo. If that story is real, he went up to heaven and he's like, you know what? I ain't going back. Screw that. That place is crazy.
Does dressing modestly mean I'm ashamed of my body?
Woo!
That is a question that we get regularly, and honestly, that is such a misconception. That is honestly just a lie to say that we should be ashamed of our bodies when we dress modestly. We're saying that we value what God values. He values our bodies as women. He made us beautiful, and when we choose to dress modestly, we're not hiding our curves because we're ashamed of them. We're simply showing respect, value, and giving ourselves the dignity that Christ has already given us. So we encourage you to check out our ebook called Project Modesty: How to Honor God with Your Wardrobe While Looking Totally Adorable in the Process.
And here we are with the con. Here we are with them selling their product. Here, if you want to know how to dress modestly and do it well and be a good Christian girl, a little cultist bunny, come check out our ebook and pay us a fee. That's the con. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't make a profit off of a good product. But don't sit there and pretend that you're doing this to help people. No, you're selling a product. That's what you're doing. And when it comes to the whole modesty thing, I don't think God cares if you're dressing how you dress. I really don't think he cares if you're wearing Daisy Duke shorts and some pasties around your nipples, or if you're covered from head to toe. In fact, I think God's original intention, if you go by the stories, is that he wanted us to be naked all the time. And the fact that we allowed sin into our lives is the only reason we're wearing clothing. You know, science will tell you otherwise. Science will tell you that we lost our hair as we evolved into Homo sapiens. Thus, we had to replace that hair to survive in a harsh environment. That sounds a little more reasonable to me, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just another atheist.
I have a passion to invest into younger women, but I'm not sure where to start. Any ideas? That's a really great question, because it shows that you are interested in discipling and in mentoring and reaching out to younger women, that's awesome. Which we love. And there are some awesome places to start. First, I would recommend looking into your own church. Does your church have an Awana program? Do they have a youth group? Do they have any Sunday schools where you can volunteer to invest directly to the young women around you? So that's the first place that I would recommend.
Of course, we love the young women. Speak to the young women, especially if it's before they go off to university and they're corrupted by something called knowledge.
They like my fast talking. Comment below if you like how fast I talk.
Or they learn how to think for themselves. Let's get them while they're still impressionable and they're so guy crazy that they'll listen to two older women that look like they had their shit together and are pretty hot. It's a con, man. It's a con. And I'm not saying don't promote your religious values onto these girls. What I am saying is don't promote a lie. Don't promote a deception. Don't pretend to be them so you can fit into something that their maturing minds can grasp. Be yourselves. Be an example if you want to be that example. But don't manipulate. Don't bring them into the cult farther than they already are. But I guess that's the whole point, ain't it? And I'm sure that you don't like somebody like me pointing it out. I dare you girls to do a video on me. I've given you plenty to cover.
So, of course, Girl Defined, God's Radical Design for Beauty, Femininity, and Identity, the book that we wrote, would be a great place to take a group of young women through, a great book to work through. So those are just a few ideas on how you can invest into younger women.
Oh yeah, and make sure you go out and buy our book. Because you won't know how to go out and talk to young women unless you read our book, unless you give us money. You can't just go out and talk to young women straight up and be like, hey, this is how it is. You can't do that. No, you need to come buy our book because this is the con that we're selling, and please come buy our book.
How can I transition from listening to secular music to listening to more Christian music?
You don't. You just don't. Christian music sucks. Don't make that transition.
That's a really good question, and we're proud of you for wanting to do that. So it's honestly really simple, and we've done this transition a lot in our lives. You know how you have playlists, you have Spotify, iTunes on your phone, wherever you store your music, you typically have playlists. We just encourage you to take those playlists and slowly replace them or quickly replace them with other Christian music. So songs that are really going to take your focus off of this world, off of yourself, and really turn your focus upward, heavenward, on Christ, just worshiping Him. And then honestly just being intentional to listen to that music. And the more you listen to Christ-honoring music, the more your appetite will grow for it. So
see, they themselves are telling you that the music sucks. Music is not an acquired taste. Music is not Guinness, yo. It's not Guinness. You either like it or you don't.
And I'll no fluff, but the future holds.
Listen to music that stirs your soul, that makes you think beyond where your mind would usually go. I listen to a wide variety of music, from Tupac Shakur to Beethoven. I listen to Mozart in one sitting, and in the next sitting I could be listening to Garth Brooks or Tim McGraw. But the music I like most right now is rap, and independent rap that's not done on some major label, but is true thought, true feelings, that stirs me to think beyond my own life experience and enter the life experience of somebody else, not some imaginary character that descended into the sky and never came back like he said he would. Live life, yo. Stop pretending you don't like that shit. It sucks.
You can also go to our blog, girldefying.com, and just check the archives. We have literally written hundreds of blogs that answer pretty much every question on everything. So go to our blog and check out those blogs to help you answer your questions.
Oh yeah, did we mention we have a blog? Yeah, we got a blog. Go check out our blog. Go check out our blog, because the whole point of this con is for you to go check out our blog, buy our book, buy our ebook. You guys are so easy. You're so easy, but you're cute. You're cute. If you ever come over to the secular side, if you get beyond the box that religion has put you in, and you want to throw on some Daisy Dukes and some nipple coverings, you come talk to the Raging Atheist. You guys are funny to me. But I love you. You're human beings, and you're doing your thing, and you're successful. So, can't be a player if you ain't got some haters. As always, I'm the Raging Atheist. I'll see you guys soon.